Hey, it's Glitch here, and this will be a video chart on XMDC. Did this one a couple days ago when the chart looked like that. If you go back and watch that video, basically in a nutshell, talked about how this could be a possible bottom since we got this spinning top candle. However, it still required confirmation, and I pointed out that we had these two key levels up here that would act as resistances, and that would also kind of allow us to measure the strength of any sort of upwards move. And as can be seen over the past 2 days, the bulls have continued to push it up. If I had to pick out one thing to nitpick, if I was forced to, point something out, my only complaint would be the volume. I would prefer to see it increasing volume when this is moving up, but at the same time, it also shows that with less volume moving it up, there's just clearly not as many sellers as there had been because it's moving up on much less volume. So that is also, so there's kind of two sides to that equation there in terms of, it show more interest if there's bigger volume, but at the same time, it's also showing that, the share price is moving easily or easier just because there's clearly not as many shares out there to sell. So this will be a quick little video chart, but the chart does deserve updating since it's made some nice moves. The first thing that it did was it closed above this line. So now I would officially call this chart a bounce play. It is bouncing now. It's made nice strides, and now the key for the bounce play is also to make sure it stays a bounce play and doesn't all of a sudden turn into a head fake or a fake bounce. And I'll go over how you can measure that. The next thing that we just need to look for is some closes above this line here. If we can get some closes above that, then I will be confident to say that it looks like the chart's reversing back upwards, and then I would look for it to be testing up here. But once again, let's not get ahead of ourselves. So how are we going to measure if this bounce continues? Well, besides this support level here, we also have formed a couple other support levels below us now. The first being this level right there. As you can see, this was a previous low here, so it acted as support. When it fell, it acted as resistance. So that level is a clear area where you can expect there to be hopefully some support now because it was resistance. So for this one, what I'm going to do is make it just a little skinnier because we're going to make a zone here. But this is our first support level that we'd like to see hold. Obviously, if it can hold above this one, that would be best case scenario. But if it doesn't, don't freak out or anything. The next part of this zone is going to be from the high over here at this point, being 0.043. So let me get this changed to what we want it. And here we have our support zone, meaning the top of the zone is going to be at 0.049 and the bottom is going to be right here at 0.043. And let's say the profit takers or somebody decides to step in and it pulls back. Like I said, nothing to panic if this line fails, no worries. But ideally, if it does pull back, you want to see it kind of do some consolidating right in this area before it heads back up. Now, why is this area important? Well, it would ensure that we put in a high or low. So let's say that we put in a low that was right at this price level. What that would then allow us to do is be able to draw an uptrend line like that. And not only would we have the long-term uptrend, which can be seen by the 50-day simple moving average, but we'd also be putting in now a short-term uptrend. Obviously, the short-term trend right now is down, but if we can put in a high or low on any sort of pullback, that would then put the chart back into a bullish short-term also, which is what you want, in order for a bigger move to happen. So, obviously, people would just like to see it keep chugging upwards, and that'd be fine. But in any, if there is a pullback, there's no need to panic. Now, if this level, fails and the price falls right through it, and you have some huge, red volume bar like that or something over there, then that would be a red flag because that would show that there's a bunch of sellers all of a sudden coming in, and there's just not enough support here to hold it. But at the same time, like I said, if it does pull back and this area holds strong, that's fine. That's what you want to see because it's putting in a high or low. On any sort of pullback, you would, preferably like to see extremely low volume. The lower the volume, the better on any sort of pullback. But the key point being price action, and that's why we want to monitor and make sure that these lines here hold strong as support. So that's where we stand now in the chart. Hopefully all that made sense. But just real quick, this is a line that needs to be broken above and closed above in order for this to be considered, a reversal chart. Right now, I consider it a bouncing chart now that we've been able to get above and close there. So now it's just a matter of seeing if this bounce can continue, and that will be measured by how it holds up if it does indeed pull back to that level. If you do have any, well, real quick, I just noticed this. Down here, the MACD is flattened out. That's a good sign. Now, obviously, we just want to see it start to curl back upwards. So, if you do have any other questions, though, on the chart, please shoot me a message. I'd also encourage you to check out bullmarketnewsletter.net. If you go there and sign up for the newsletter, you'll be sent a free ebook, which has been getting very good reviews. And with your subscription, you'll get trading ideas, chart setups, educational pieces, all sorts of things from penny stocks up to big boards. So there's a good variety, something for everybody, and it's all free, no strings attached, so it's worth at least checking out. One more time, this is XMDC. Let me know if you have any questions.